How's it been feeling at wide receiver?
Good. I mean, I've been thrown around a couple different positions, and I've just been kind of just trusting the coaches on figuring out what position fits the best for me. And right now, they think the receiver position is best for me, so I'm just gonna try my best to, give the best impact on the team.
What do you feel like is your natural position?
I mean, I don't know. In high school, I played everywhere, so I know the coaches kind of had a lot of film on every other position I've played. So right now, I think receiver is the best fit for me. Plow, Avalos, Miller, they all think the same, so I'm just going to trust them because they've been doing this a lot longer than I have. So whatever they think is the best for me, I'm just going to, try doing my best to excel at that position.
How would you describe your journey? I mean, the outsiders are all kind of impatient, waiting for you to play. How have you processed the last couple of years?
Like I said, they wanted me at tight end at the beginning, and I wasn't heavy enough, so I moved to receiver, and I went to the defensive side. It's been all over the place, but the coaches, I'm kind of skinny, I'm kind of fast, I'm quick. They're trying to figure out the position that kind of fits me the best. So for me, it's just a great opportunity to learn different roles, and I think this is my permanent position, or at least for a couple years. And all the other positions I've played just kind of helped me out to learn how defense is going to be playing, different coverages and stuff. So it's been a journey, but I'm just excited to finally hone down on one position and hopefully have a big impact on the team this year.
The coaches have always talked about physical and in your weight. I mean,
Yeah.
Has it been a struggle to gain weight for you?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I eat a lot. It's just my metabolism's crazy. So, instead of just keep putting me at tight end, they move me to receiver, or they move me to different positions to figure out what position I can finally get on the field fastest and succeed the best at. So, receiver is the best position right now for me, and I'm just gonna try to keep doing my best to improve on that position.
What are your expectations playing receiver this year? Where do you think you fit into this group, and what type of role do you think you're going to have in this offense?
For me, I think I'm going to be pretty good. I'm going to probably be a deep threat for the receiver position. We've been doing a lot. I've been talking to Plow a lot, and I think just learning the position more because I've never really been honed in on a receiver besides my junior in high school, and then a little bit my freshman year. So it's just kind of getting all the little details. Coach Miller is a great receiver here, so learning from him is a great thing. I learned from Shaq a little bit last year. There's a lot of things I still have to fine tune in my game. So right now it's just kind of being more of a deep threat, kind of a long ball receiver, I feel like.
After such a productive high school career, what's it been like for you not seeing the field that much the last 2 years? Has that been tough for you?
It's definitely a big change. I was playing punter, kicker, kick returner, quarterback. I was playing a lot, but it was a big difference just kind of, playing, scout team my first year. Then just last year I was more of just a special teams player. But like I said, I realized how I wasn't really a great football player. I was just more of an athlete in high school, and you get exposed out here now because you can't do the simple things you do in Idaho football. You gotta have more moves than just that. So having Miller, Avalos, Plow, all the coaches kind of keep working with me, kind of getting all my little skills down, route running, releases, everything. Just kind of at the beginning it was a little frustrating, but I finally bought in. I bought into what they were thinking, and this year should be a good year for me. So I'm just buying in what they're telling me because they know a lot more than I do.
You ever consider transferring?
No. I mean, it was just kind of frustrating for a little bit when I first started moving around positions, but I talked to one of my high school coaches, and he said he kind of gave me a little advice, and that I was a freshman. I think I should be on top of the world. That's everyone's expectation, especially after my senior year, and everyone goes through it. So I stuck it out, and I've stuck it out, and I've trusted the process throughout the coaches have been telling me, and it's probably my greatest decision because I love playing for the state of Idaho. My dream playing on this blue, it's a dream of mine trying to catch touchdowns. So I think this year I finally get a good opportunity to start making an impact on the offense. So I'm just glad I just stuck it out and trust the coach's process.
You touched on it there, but what does it mean you'd be playing for Boise State?
For I go to my parents sometimes. I still have my blue and orange, room in my bedroom. So BSU's been my go-to place forever. When I was in first grade, I have a picture of me and Ian Johnson's jersey on picture day. I've always wanted to play for this great university and been a positive impact on the field and for this valley because this football team means a lot to this whole state. So it's always been a dream of mine to be a part of this place, and you know, I wouldn't want to be playing for any other state right now.
You did get one chance, one deep ball towards the end zone. I forget which game it was.
San Diego State.
Can you go back, take us through that?
You know, a little jitters, finally getting on the field to do a deep ball, slipped through my hands. You know, I've been kind of hearing it from my dad all the time, and you know, my sister, my brother just make fun of me about it all the time. So, but you know, I just can't, you know, hold myself back on that play. Hopefully, I get a lot more opportunities this year to make a good impact and make some big plays for the Broncos.
You also had a couple weeks last year as a 215-pound defensive end, right? What was that like?
It was fun. You know, pass rush was really fun. You know, I was out there like making like basketball moves on, you know, offensive tackles, and Avalos talked to me. He's like, you know, when I was at Oregon, I saw you as a defensive end or a tight end. So, like I said, those guys have a lot more experience in the football world than I do, and they see things that, you know, us kids don't, because we think we should just be on the field right away. So I was bought in on the defensive end. You know, it was fun, you know, playing on the other side of the ball because, you know, I was only playing offense, and it was actually a good opportunity to kind of learn, you know, some of the moves, because I moved back to tight end and receiver, so it's kind of just a good experience to kind of figure out what the defense is doing. So now since I'm on offense, it gives me a perspective on how their drops are, how their coverages are, and what routes I should use against them.
How have you thought you've performed the couple scrimmages so far this camp?
So the first scrimmage, I was out with a hamstring, but this last scrimmage we did, I feel like I've done pretty well. You know, there's always room to improve. So like I said, I'm still very, you know, somewhat new to the position and like all the little things. So of course, Miller and Plow, you know, told me what I need to work on, and I still just need to work on. So I have a lot of time to go before the season starts. So I can only go up from here.
What do you need to work on as a wide receiver, and how much of it is mental, just to accept the fact that you're a wide receiver now?
For me, I need to keep I'm a tall, lengthy receiver, so you know, we have great receivers that are a little shorter. They get in my chest, so I got to stay lower on my releases and my breaks. So that's a big thing. Miller's been talking because he was a taller receiver too. He's, you know, kind of we're the same frame kind of. So, you know, just working on staying low, getting out of breaks, you know, staying low on my cuts. Those are kind of the, you know, 3-4 big things that I kind of need to keep working on, because I can run straight pretty well. I just got to, you know, fine tune my cuts and releases.
Austin, how much pride do you take in being a local kid that little youngsters in the valley can look up to?
You know, it's a pretty big deal for me because, like I said, I love this state. You know, I would not want to be anywhere else. I wouldn't want to be playing for any other team. So just kind of going around and having little kids like ask for pictures and autographs, you know, it means a lot to me because, you know, I was that little kid one day. You know, I was once, you know, 7 years ago, I was that kid, you know, asking the same thing from all these other great Broncos that have played before me. So now I kind of see myself in that role, so I just want to keep being a positive impact for this valley and all the younger kids.
What offers did you end up having before you signed with BSU?
So I had Utah State, Montana State, ISU, U of I, and then on signing day I had like a couple Power 5 schools, so like Wisconsin, Texas Tech. They were kind of calling me like right before I was signing to like hold off, but I knew that this was the right place for me because, like I said, this is, you know, I wouldn't want to be playing for any other place. You know, I want to play on the blue. I want to stay in this great state of Idaho.
What type of feedback